Let's start this session out with an assumption. Andy's assumption. Let me assume that you've been using Adobe Illustrator before CS5. If you haven't, don't worry. It has nothing to do with the segment, but here's my thinking here. If you've used CS4, CS3, CS2, you're already aware of something. The Paint Bucket tool is not new. It's been there for a while. But if you've been clicking the button to get to the Paint Bucket tool, you'll notice there's a new tool in town, CS5 only, Shape Builder tool. Let's tear that thing off so we can get to them easier. What is exactly the Shape Builder tool? The purpose of the Shape Builder tool is to allow you Pathfinder-like options in a tool as opposed to a panel. For example, I want to make a crescent moon out of that circle. So I pick up my selection tool, I hold the Alt key down to drag it, and it makes a copy. I'm going to do something about like that. I know I've got a Pathfinder tool that will cut using this shape and leave me that. I select both of them. We go to the wonderful, marvelous Pathfinder panel and just click the second button top from the left here. Bang, you got your crescent moon. No problem. Let's do it with the new tool. Undo. Start again. Make sure you have everything selected. Pick up the Shape Builder tool. You will notice if I come over to any other shape, it won't work. They have to be selected. See how that works? That means it's selected area. You're over that area. Watch what happens when I just drag over all of them. Hold your mouse down and drag, and then let go. It did a unite. It put them all together. Press undo. I want to make a crescent moon. Hold the Alt key down. Alt key down. Now I can do the whole thing at once, but I'll stop here just to show you this. There's a piece. There's a piece. You hold the Alt key down, you've got it. I love this tool, but it can do more than this. Let's zoom in on this plug, if you will. It's made up of different pieces. Pick up my selection tool, show you. Piece, 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 and piece. I want to put them together. Select them. Don't forget you have to select. Come over to pick up the Shape Builder tool. I actually want to do this. I want these two pieces put together, but I want these actually knocked out, a compound shape. Hold down the Alt key in this area right here and drag a little bit and let go. You're creating a compound shape. I want these two together, just drag, no key. Not only will it take away, not only will it add and put things together, but you can also make compound shapes. That's pretty cool. Let's get back down to normal size here. Let's look at that little butterfly over here. Let's use this tool to make that butterfly. So we're going to start with some shapes, putting them together. Lots of ovals going on here. So we're going to pick up our ellipse tool. Let's start by making ourselves a nice body in an ellipse, something like that, I suppose. I'm also going to do this. It's still selected. I'm going to click this button right here, which will force the stroke to black and the fill to white. I don't want to fill. I'm going to turn that off by clicking this button here. It's not really necessary, but it'll be easier for us to see things as we draw. That's all I'm doing that for. Pick up the ellipse tool again and draw one of the wing pieces. Make it as big as you want. Make a copy of that one by dragging with the Alt key would be the most logical way to do that. We're going to make that one a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to pull it back up so they're together, something maybe like that. Okay, let's put two more circles inside of here that correspond to these right here. Ellipse tool again, lots of ellipses. Let's try something like that. Selection tool. And let's move it over. Alt key to make a copy. Move one down and obviously make it smaller. Don't worry about that it's intersecting with other stuff. It'll be fine. Use my arrow keys to nudge it kind of where I want it to be. I like that. Select it all. Bring it over and attach it to the body. We need another wing on the other side. So we're going to select all of those pieces that we just moved. We're going to use our Reflect tool. Remember the Reflect tool? It's under the Rotate tool right here. Reflect. I want you to hold the Alt key down and click right in the middle of our body. Right there. Alt, click. Opens up the Reflect box. We should see the preview. That's exactly what we want. Click Copy. We got our wings. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Might as well see this thing. Let's go ahead and add our antennae. we'll pick up, oh, let's just do them with the pencil tool. Pick up the pencil tool and draw an antennae. Something like that, I suppose. Pick up your ellipse tool one more time and draw yourself a really tiny antennae bud. That's a black stroke with no fill. Actually, I want that to be pure black. So what I'm going to do is, with it still selected, just click the bent arrow right here. That'll turn it pure black. Let's go back up to here, select it, and put it on the stalk. Reflect again. Select them both. Pick up our reflect tool. Alt-click right in the middle of the body, close as the middle as you can get. And basically, we just need that one more copy over there. Make sure you press copy. Cool. All right, we got that done. Let's come back down over here. Nothing selected, and change that back to a black stroke with no fill. Next step, we're going to use the Shape Builder tool to start assembling this thing. Select it all, pick up your selection tool, make sure everything's selected, then pick up the Shape Builder tool. We need to take some things away, we need to add some areas together. Let's start by taking some areas away, like these in here. We don't need any of those lines. The Alt key, remember, does that. Now watch your cursor. See that area go red? If I click on it, it'll go away. That's what I want to do. So I'm getting rid of the areas on the interior. Don't need those areas. Don't need this one right here, and I don't need this one right here. These two areas we could try by dragging. Just drag across both of them, and that should take care of that over there. We could do the same thing over here, or you could hold the Alt key down and get rid of it that way. Doesn't matter, whichever way you choose. We don't need these areas here. Alt, 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 and Alt. So what we've done is we've made the shape of the wings, incorporated them into the butterfly by using the Shape Builder tool. Kind of neat. Let's get back down to a decent size. Let's go over here and pick up our Paint Bucket tool. Let's actually make sure we have the butterfly selected again. Come in here and just click one time. Now it's a live paint group. Don't forget you can use your arrow keys to choose your colors. I love that feature, being able to do that. Let's choose a color for our wings. Let's go into yellow here and yellow there. And we'll go into, and I'm using the arrow keys to change my colors. We'll go nice blue for that wing and blue for that wing, and finally go back to a red, and there you go. We've actually generated a really cool looking shape, a butterfly, using a whole bunch of ovals, had a lot of those, putting them all together using the Shape Builder tool to make it happen. That's a really neat tool to get into. Imagine trying to do that with the Pathfinder palette. You could, but it would be a lot more difficult. Don't forget you got this new tool.